Oh dear. Right, let's go on to Bellew of the Week for episode 547. Rob is here, Matty's here, Andy's here, Steve's here as well. We'll get to 10 o'clock if it kills us. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's see here then what we're going to play. We have a couple of videos to play us into this episode. Starting off with everyone's favourite. He's hopefully going to be back in the ring soon. We saw him recently. It's Con, and he's ready to ruin Eubank.
I will dismantle him. I will ruin him. He gets absolutely destroyed. Destroyed. There's no comeback. There will be no comeback after he fights me. When I beat him, I'll put him into an early retirement. I will put him into retirement.
What a prick. The hands down, undisputed, pound for pound, most unlikable fighter in the sport, Conor Benn. Congratulations, man. Just stop talking. You're a fucking annoying, entitled, jumped up, never did shit in the sport, asshole of a fighter. Shut your mouth and just do your talking in the ring. After fucking having the fucking boxing community on strings with your B sample and your Piers Morgan interview. Like, look at this. Like, people that are in the middle of the fucking Palestinian and Israeli conflict go on Piers Morgan. This fella's on about, oh, I cheated, so there was times life was dark. What a fucking asshole, man. Nobody likes you. The comments are lighting him up in every single YouTube video. The boxing public are having their own fucking speak on this guy. And I don't want to disparage any fighters, really, apart from this guy, because he's a fucking dick. Shut up, man. Everybody's sick of your shit.
It's kind of like the boxing equivalent of, like, beating up an Alzheimer's patient.
He's just annoying, mate. I mean, they're fucking desperate for this Eubank fight because he's got money to pay back, got lawyers to pay for, he's got the income coming in. You know, the NFTs are not be selling too hot these days, and Eddie lost some money as well, so he'll be wanting it back. And as Take Aim says, dismantle the like button, bitches.
Good luck to Shabazz Massoud. Might have been misplaced, Andy. MB says, I thought the Shabazz Massoud fight was off.
Oh, mate, that would be tremendous.
Jesus. What is that card without that, then?
Fucking hell, Eddie is going to be... fucking...
James says, lads, the way boxing is now, you'll not make 1,000 episodes. Shocking stuff, you perform in miracles.
Joe Kennedy, we're going to have to dig deep for picks for this week's Boxing Nutters Prediction League. My
Chicks
God.
would dig deep. They are. Who knows? Anyway, Conor Benn, I played that one, didn't I? Eubank has responded. He said, there's obviously still some leftover juice in this kid's system, and it's significantly affecting his tiny little brain. So he's definitely not happy about that, Andy. Anyway, going in on Con.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get this back and forward and that, unfortunately, mate. I mean, I think we'll believe this fight will happen somewhere. It's weird. It's fucking weird. Here I am, 30 plus years later, Steve. You're about the same length as me for being a boxing fan. Rob's probably the same. I think Matty's a wee bit younger than the rest of us, but I fucking worship the ground his fucking dad walked on as a kid, by the way. Right? And I fucking hated Eubank. And here I am, 30 years later, and I'm fucking totally reversed on the Suns and that. I fucking hated Junior when he was coming up through the ranks, but by God, I fucking hope he pulls it off. And they'll just pull it off to it. I hope it's a fucking...
Eubank's going to stop him, man. Eubank's going to walk on this fella. Watch.
Well, here's the thing, by the way, right? Because obviously Eubank gave up a lot to get that fight made in terms of weight. What the fuck? I hope he's a wee bit more kind of stringent at the fucking negotiating table. Here, cunt.
Eubank calls the shots now.
You feel positive, mate. I'm calling the shots here. How this is going to be working. You're going to be getting tested. I'm going to fucking make sure you're going to get tested. Be coming out your own pocket. I want to fucking see the bills for everything else. Right? You will be getting weight tested as well. Everything. You put the onus on him to make sure he's fucking clean. You're going to make that fight, and hopefully he fucking pulls it off and knocks the cunt out.
There you go. Andy has spoken. Andy, I must break. So there's some breaking news coming through, unfortunately. You know, I don't want to bring you down. We've all had a nice time tonight. We've had fun. But unfortunately, Joshua versus Wilder is off.
Ah, Steve, you bastard.
Heavyweights aren't doing it.
Oh, dearie me. What can you say, mate? Eddie, delivering the goods again. Okay.
It's starting to almost look like Eddie Hearn never ever in his life had a plan for Anthony Joshua fighting Deontay Wilder, because the first time, you will remember it, everybody will remember. People forget because Andy Ruiz derailed the fucking hype train that was Anthony Joshua, but this fella was fucking barking in the public about he's trying to make a fucking fight with Deontay Wilder while requesting proof of funds from the other side that they had the money to put up for the fight. Like, he never wanted fucking Joshua to fight Wilder, and he wants to squeeze another few quid out of Anthony when he comes out of the dark room, and he doesn't want him to put him into a dark room permanently, and that's why we're not getting this fucking Deontay Wilder fight. Eddie's culpable. I'm saying it, even Ed. Because I believe Big Meech would fight fucking Deontay Wilder. I don't think he's ducking anyone. I don't think he's even tuned in enough to be ducking anyone. I think he'd want to make the fight, but Eddie don't want that fucking fight, man. What would happen to fucking Joshua if he fought Wilder? Honestly, like,
the evaporation is about to take place. And we're not going to be there to see it because it ain't going to happen. Rick Glazer was tweeting out during the week. He said, the worst thing that a person can be is a rat. No one likes rats because no one can trust them. Stop glorifying rats. And Broner, pound for pound, says, if you knew of a child trafficking ring, would you alert the authorities? And Vic says, I don't alert the authorities under any circumstances. And then Broner says, so if you're taking an evening walk along a wharf, there's little kids being loaded onto a barge by some goons, and the kids are saying, help us, Mr. Glazer, please call the police. You would just ignore them? Rick wouldn't put himself into that position. He carries on, Matty. He says, what if it's a truck? You're just walking down the street, kids being loaded into a truck. For fuck's sake, man.
if he sees a truck, he just fucking rolls under a car. He's not fucking putting himself in that position.
It's funnier because it's Glazer. He's a fucking idiot, man.
Glazer, who's not glorifying rats, and fucking a legit businessman with a fucking deep history in the sport that needs to be respected, and definitely not a shill who take money from a drug baron.
Oh dear. Yeah,
not that there's anything wrong with that if any drug barons are throwing out any money. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. Hashtag glazed.
Glassed.
Glassed, exactly.
Hashtag launder asylum.
He fucking glassed me.
Oh, a bit of it, Glazer. Someone sent this. I think it was David Palmer sent this one. Ex-footballer turned to boxing, where his first fight was in a prison canteen.
Yes.
Who's his name?
I don't know. I was trying to find out who it was. I'm not sure.
And he's wanting to sign him for Rangers. Look at
Spurs player. Spurs player.
And that's where they messed up. They think it was in a prison canteen. No, that's a fucking place, you ignorant bitches.
I asked David Farmer, sorry it was, who sent it to me. I did ask him. He hasn't responded yet. If anybody knows who that is in the chat, let us know. But there you go. He turns up in the prison canteen. They sound surprised, Matty. They're not familiar. Talk sport with the workings of the canteen.
Fucking casuals.
No, exactly. MB said it's Richard Comey. I don't remember Richard Comey playing right back for Spurs, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. We were alerted last night that he was on the source. Oscar, I repeat, was on the source. He said, I'm calling out Bob Arum, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, Dimitri Salita to join me in a roundtable discussion and figure out how we give the fans the best fights possible.
Put it on Netflix.
Well, I think we just found out that they're trying to, since Salita's involved at least, that they're trying to work towards Jake Paul versus Clarissa Shields.
Oh, God.
Let's see it.
I can see it. This title could be on the line. Andy, did we find out what it was? Is this the coveted UBO belt?
I can't remember what it was, mate, but I swear to God, see the actual strap itself, it looks like it's been spray painted with that shit, with that fucking stuff glued on it. It looks like, honestly, mate, it looks like one of the things that fucking, okay, what do you call them? Elvis with the war or something like that.
It looks like a plaque of a belt.
I can't remember the name of it again, mate, but it was something fucking weird anyway.
Oh, they need to do the thing the WBC does, Andy. You know, they put all the former champions, the little faces on in the circles.
The thing is, the ones they put on that are fucking dead.
Ross
Ali,
Purity,
Robinson,
Mitch Blood Green, second shout out in the week.
Fucking hell.
Oh dear.
It's all just like Jerry McCann photo fits on the fucking pictures. It's not like real fighters.
Oh dear. Yeah, so the Don King card, they're enjoying themselves, Matty. They all got kitted out in matching T-shirts. There you are, matching shirts, rather.
They look like they're all preparing for an AIDS walk together or something.
Carol King.
That'd be odd in 2023, wouldn't it, when it doesn't exist anymore? It's like COVID. Just fucking grow up.
That Albert Hainsworth better watch his pockets, man. Carol King will have a hand in there trying to get that wallet soon. That a
Rob,
fucking sticky bastard.
Rob, I'm going to tell you the same thing that they tried to tell Tommy Morrison. Just because you don't believe that the AIDS is real doesn't mean you don't have it.
Listen, you're either the Great White Hope or you're on the Great White Dope. You know what I mean? One or the other.
Okay, look at Christy Martin, man. She looks
Hello?
like fucking Rod Stewart sitting there.
Someone like you.
Christy Martin coming to Sedley Park soon.
With the quote.
Wake up,
Can
Maggie.
you imagine the quote walking there? Fucking hell.
The new colour of uniform in Guantanamo says Sunny Day. Flip me. Danny Young says
I just noticed that there, actually. Probably Dungarees that they're wearing there, actually.
They call that junkyard wars over here. I know that.
Oh dear. Don King, he's doing bits. Is Don. I'm not sure who this gentleman was, but we got sent it on Twitter. VIP Promotions. The guy who sent it says, Bellew of the week for this fat blob.
Where's Ozzy, man? Get him on the fucking
And then
phone.
the boss.
The
the
boss.
boss is-
I feel like that could very well
Jesus.
be Butterbean about 2 months in after having a stomach staple surgery. And the
I
skin's
swear,
just loosening up and,
if he shaved his chest and just like moved his arms together, he could have a OnlyFans. Wouldn't he just cut his face out? Jesus, man.
Oh dear.
The guy looks surprised to be getting his hand raised. Like, don't, motherfucker, you should be beating this guy. Like, look at fuck me.
Good win for him. O'Hara Davis was ripping into Tony Bellew. To watch the full video, click the link below. Anthony Fowler got stuck in as well. He said, would he say it to his face, though? That's the question, Tony Bellew. He's also massively loved. Tried going to a bar with him at the UFC in Liverpool once. He was bombarded with love from the fans, so went on my own in the end with his lad. Tony says, I beg he keeps this energy when he sees me. Quitting coward will soon learn that for every action, there is a reaction. Oh dear.
sometimes it's just getting, get kicked in the balls and they fall to the ground.
He quit against Adonis as well, didn't he? So we should be talking.
Well, he's fighting Barroso next, and someone said that they've aged him up so that Barroso doesn't look so old.
Fucking hell.
He kind of looks like they have.
There is some grey in the hair there, eh? Definitely, man. Barroso looks like that picture of about 10 years ago.
He looks mummified, doesn't he, Barroso?
Fucking hell.
Oh, dear.
Looks like a fucking poster for a movie, like two fighters fucking get out of prison after 20 years, have one last bout.
Yeah. It's like Broso looks like a time traveler, man. Don't he? Like he's been in pictures from different fucking generations. Doesn't he? Just popped up in the background.
Pancho Villa from 1920.
Yeah, like he could have been in the Mexican Revolution. He could be a fucking Victorian chimney sweep. He looks like all fucking people from time travel at the same time.
When his work is done, he just flaps his ears and goes to the next man.
Could have been extra Narcos as well for him.
Oh, it looks like Steve Willis.
By the way, that is an absolute winnable fight for him, by the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I expect him to win, Andy. I'd be disappointed in him if he didn't.
Just fucking high. And then he can fight. Can you imagine if he wins that fight and he ends up having to, or if he can defend against Rolly? Holy
No.
shit, man! Can you imagine the two meetings in the
That'd be
minds there,
class,
man?
wouldn't it?
The two meetings in the minds, man. It'll make us sound like a fucking Mensa meeting. I'll tell you right now.
Then when they come out with a fight poster of that, if nobody saw the actual Davies Barroso fight, they'd be like, hey, what happened to the old black guy? I thought he won the fight.
Oh, my word. Nathan Cleverly is back. Want
Oh,
access to free condoms? Join the C card scheme, said Health Wales. Cleverly reposted it. Said, yes, please, please, loads, and then a load of emojis. Hashtag XXL. He's fucking off his head, isn't he?
Oh, I.
Grow up again. Fuck, do you need them for 2023? Fucking come on.
Funny.
Oh, dear. I think you might have read this one out last week, Matty. I'm not sure. The latest
Yes,
musings
yes,
from the
yes,
mind
yes,
of Isak.
Yes, we absolutely did.
Okay, we'll move on.
I
from him.
worked my way through that word salad
The
already.
Book of Isak. That's what we need to buy.
The Book of Isak. James was.
Really like the fucking Bible to man. When they fucking
James
say,
can't.
It'd be the first time in history a printer has ever put out a book that involved no punctuation whatsoever.
Be like reading Train Spotting, wouldn't it, Andy? Oh dear me. Yes, it's a shame Ozzy's not here. James said he's going to text us in his no nominations shortly. Well, no doubt he would have been on the train with this one. The Bad Rhino X Big John collection has landed. Discover versatile staples.
Is that more Giacomo before? We've got Bad Vinyl out there.
Did you get the other colors? Or just that one?
I got one more. I got this beautiful mustard number.
Yeah, the mustard.
Look at that head on that body, man. Look at the mass. And the other video, I don't know if you got the video, Steve, I'm going down the fucking street somewhere abroad, that one of the e-scooters.
No.
And the video cuts off as a car starts blowing its horn. Can you imagine a car making contact with him by the car?
It's going down the street in Budapest. And by the way, I've been to Budapest. Everybody's in good nick. It's kind of a, you know what I mean? To eat well and that over there. He must have been getting, so it must have thought Godzilla was coming to town, man, to see him coming down the street on a fucking e-scooter.
Shouting, who wants a fucking burger?
Look at him there. Colonel Mustard on the fucking hot dog.
Yeah, well, see, that's the brilliance of that color shirt. You know, like you think like, oh, they just pulled that out of their ass. No, Rob, that is strategically chosen. That's for the man on the run who thinks that he might have to eat a roadside hot dog or 7 and possibly might get mustard on their shirt. No one will be the wiser.
You've been very negative about John Fisher lately, Matty.
No, like that. That's fat shaming. We're not down with that, Matty.
Only because you're fat.
Not fat. Fucking 200 pounds. Are you fucking kidding me or what?
And
told you should be 175.
200 at 6'2", 45. I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
You should be at least 180, mate.
I'll get down there eventually.
No, I'm like 10 pounds.
Fucking stress me out. Listen to this. Can't fucking get me down to 180.
No, you're
mate, it gets harder as you get older, mate.
Dude, fucking tell me about it.
I'm 10 pounds less than you and 4 inches shorter, so fucking, you know, it's all good.
You have to. Are you making an assertion that I'm drinking right now, Andy Patterson?
They photoshopped out the gravy stains. He's class, isn't he? Oh, that's a small in the US as Michael Thompson.
Yeah. Ozzy, that's one of the highlights of last week. Ozzy coming back was him telling about his fucking stories when he went to America and observing fat people all over the country. It was fucking brilliant.
Even recounted that he saw a fat man's t-shirt called the Fat Bastard Size.
One of my favorite pictures.
He must have been in hell, poor Oz man over in America. He must have been in absolute fucking hell.
He must have been stressing and sweating.
One of my favorite pictures in the entire history of the internet is a guy like the size of Big John in a shirt that says, "I beat anorexia."
Oh, I've seen that one actually.
That's what the internet's for.
I like the positioning of the cleavage in this t-shirt. It's like this under his arm. It's under the arm. I like it. It's a new dynamic for the fucking cleavage. Normally it's down the front, but he's got it out to the sides at the moment. So
well, I'm curious if they really did build this shirt for the fat man on the run. You know, like does it have moisture wicking technology, not just for the for your underarms, but also for the under boob area?
He's pushed him over to the side, Matty.
He's wearing a man's here. It's the opposite. It doesn't pull together and lift. It like pulls apart and separates and draws closer to the chest.
Must be like be him, man. Fucking summertime. Man, he's going to stand there with a tits standing
that
up.
song just came in my head. A picture of him coming down the street on the scooter in the summertime in the winter. Jesus. One of the listeners said, "What's the update on the live show?" Well, let me tell you who you can blame for the live show falling through: Vladimir Putin, because we had a slight chance of doing a live show if we could have got to the Katie Taylor fight. All of us in Dublin, we might have just even all logged on at the same time. But hotels in Dublin are 450 since the war in Ukraine, so we're not taking out a mortgage to do a fucking live show. Get a life for yourselves.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that offer we got to go to Chechnya.
Get sold into sexual slavery. Not likely.
Oh,
not likely.
That was a trick. Shit.
I never said that.
Glad we didn't take him up on that. My butthole is grateful.
Oh dear. Try and stick this up your butthole, Matty.
No.
Danny Young's pumpkin from last week.
Yeah, I'm glad you posted that. I totally forgot the end of the show. He did a great job, and the lit up version is fucking.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
here we are, ready? That is class, isn't it? Like,
yeah, murdered it.
Get a life.
It is class, but he frightened the shit out of the children in the estate with that, didn't he?
Why? Because they've never seen somebody with abs before.
No life. That's class, Danny. Well done, well done. Right, final couple. We have a video as well. Oh yeah, Father Dave didn't know what hit him during the week whenever Ricky Graville jumped on his live call with his pals. Ricky says, "I confess, drank, gambled in women's holes where they were that ugly the devil himself would not go." Father Dave looking.
That's motherfucker. Ricky asked for if we had any suggestions for things to say. I'm like, I'm not playing that game, man. I ain't pissing off God.
So but by way of response to this, that then give them like the Book of Joshua, verse 3, chapter 7, line 17, or the Book of Matthew, verse 23, line 1, line 12.
What's the one that says it's better to spill your seed in the belly of a whore than onto the soil of the earth? Let's go with that one.
Book of Joshua just says, I don't know what's going on in this chapter, but it's not nice.
That's what I was saying.
The Book of Matthew just says, just get high, bitch.
The Book of Matthew, did you?
That's what I'm named after.
Absolutely. That has to win, he says. We have a good one as well coming up. But first of all, Eddie was getting interviewed, and he has someone or something or some they or some woman, who knows, behind the curtain when he was getting interviewed by Boxing Social.
And Tyson says he's threatening to expose something very soon about Alexander Usyk. Do you think there's a underlying thing there?
Hello? Yeah, could you come back later, please? Gracias.
Winking that. Like anybody else in the world doesn't know what that means. Must be the maid coming into sort of.
Aye, I'd say so.
Flip down, Eddie. Flip down. Yeah, no problem, mate. In you come.
There's a voice in the background going, I want to talk about an upcoming fight, mate.
Wonder where Ebbs had gone.
She's with Conor McGregor these days, is she not?
She disappeared, hasn't she? And the final one, this one is pretty bad, like, but it made me laugh, so I throw it in anyway. We got tagged in on Twitter to this one because Miami. So they were reporting Miami police officer Daniel Ramos Aviles, 40, was accused of sexually molesting 3 children, including his own 6-year-old. That is obviously not funny. Amanda Serrano jumped in and said, "No disrespect, but is there any relationship between this Ramos and boxing's Rick Ramos? They have a facial resemblance and the same last name. Just wondering." Rick Ramos says, I'm speechless by the lack of respect. Thanks, Amanda. Class act.
Fucking hell, man. Game's going to be happy to share with Ramos today.
He wanted to know the answers to the tough questions.
Why are you getting on her? You're the one with the rapist face.
For fuck's sake. Where'd you go with that one, Matty?
I don't know.
Foxtrot Oscar, I think.
Oh my gosh, there you go. That's all the ones that I've got. None from Aussie this week. Any from you, Andy? Episode 457.
Nothing, mate. I don't think. Been quite quiet this week. There was one floating about there, but it's completely been right out of my head. I'll probably come back to me.
No problem. That'll do. Matty, anything from you, please?
I can't compete with anything this week. There are some fucking top class
There's some good ones, isn't there?
Let it go.
Rob, any nominations from you, please?
No, but vicariously through Brian King, he tagged me into something where there was someone on Twitter it might be Vince Cummins or someone, and someone said, "Is it now time to say Canelo is the best 168 pounder of all times?" And Cummings is like, "Well, he might have found trouble with Barkley and Tony, but I like him against Roy." And I was like, "What? Roy now? Like, maybe, yeah." Roy at 68 would have beat the shit out of Canelo. What? Would have been a fucking mismatch. Like, but anyway, a vicarious one for BK. But yeah, some good stuff in there this week. Like.
There is indeed. There's the nominations that the boys threw in. Conor Benn as well was nominated for his video. Eubank threw in the response. Eddie's nomination, who was behind the curtain, guess we'll never know. It definitely wasn't Deontay Wilder behind the curtain anyway, because that fight is off, unfortunately. Rick Glazer got glazed. We had the footballer turned boxer who was competing in the prison
Still
canteen.
can't find his name by. I was searching for it.
Hopefully David Farmer will respond with the original article. Oscar got nominated as well.
Or Tevin Farmer.
Guigi's bailed. Go on, Rob. What's Tevin been up to?
No, David Farmer or Tevin Farmer can come back to us and let us know which one of them.
Well, hopefully. Maybe he can't see the Twitter.
That's what I'm saying. He's on a different asylum.
We'll all be by the end of this. There's the folks and the lass, if that's what you can call it, with the T-shirts on. We've got the big fat guy got nominated as well. O'Hara Davis for his poster and his rantings against Bellew. Nathan Cleverly got nominated as well. Isaac Lowe. Big John with the collection. There's the lovely mustard coloured
Big John.
Danny, shout out, thumbs up for his excellent work on the old pumpkin there. Fantastic work. Ricky Graville jumping onto Father Dave's stream. Manchester. Okay. Here you go for Rob.
It's a toss up. It's not often you hear the words. It's a toss up between Ricky Graville and fucking Amanda Serrano, but it's hard to top the two of them, isn't it? Out of everything we've had this week, like. I think it's a rape off. What you would call
it. Matty, who are you going for?
I gotta go with Ricky because I was there when that was happening. That was just fucking top quality shit. I feel bad for Father Dave, though I really do. What have we done to this poor guy? What have we unleashed upon him?
Andy, what about you?
Yeah, Father Dave call for me, mate. That's just fucking glorious. I just want to know if there was any more that Ricky maybe even added into that conversation. Did he even get a response?
I hope not.
I fucking hope he did, mate. I hope he got a response and he came back with something else. Oh, it'd been glorious. Steve can get Father Dave on and maybe get Father Dave on to maybe even coach Ricky. A live confession on air, mate. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That's the buddy cop movie we all wanted to fucking see.
We're all the enlightened minds of religion fucking stalking to the podcast. We're going to listen to the priest. Forgive us, sons of our son.
I've already got the title for it. Ricky needs Jesus.
He's a priest, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is so fucked up.
Ricky Gravel and Father Dave need to have like a fucking one of those Sky Sports fucking face-offs, you know those ones. Johnny Nelson, fucking Johnny Hawkscock in the chat. He's the moderator.
A bit of coffee, man. I need to get off soon.
It's kind of like Cop and a Half, except the Webster-looking kid does cocaine and tries to get you to go into strip clubs.
They were an unlikely partnership formed in the boxing asylum.
This will be Ricky after
anointed by God. Credit to the Universal Music Group or something. Whoever owns that crap now.
Fuck Interpol. Anyone kissing a dog playing R. Kelly, they're on the list, man. We're going down with the ship here.
Oh dear. I think Ricky Graville and Father Dave, congratulations. You are the joint Bellew the Week winners for episode 547